The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Here we are, huh?
Here we are.
Yeah.
On a Friday,
right.
nonetheless. It is a Friday where we're weather aware, but it is Friday.
It is, and you don't normally get that Friday kind of energy going and you're getting ready for a weekend, but this
Yeah.
weekend is obviously going to be very, very different here in South Louisiana. It is all about what is currently still Tropical Storm Ida, obviously forecast to become a Hurricane Ida. This is where it is right now, and we've heard Steve talk about it this morning as well. Starting to begin to, you're starting to see a little bit better formation, getting its act together. You got those hurricane hunters actually out there right now taking a look at it, checking the wind speeds. And we're actually going to be hearing from Steve coming up pretty shortly, right?
That's it. At 10 a.m., he's going to do a live briefing here on WAFB Plus with the latest track from the National Hurricane Center that's going to come out at 10 a.m. So give him a couple minutes. He's going to get his bearings and then regurgitate that information for you to know, because we're obviously keeping a close eye on all of this as we watch and wait to see exactly where these models are going. But as of 4 o'clock this morning, this is what we're looking at right now. We are expecting a direct impact on land as a Category 3 storm. You see right there in the tip and the coast of Louisiana.
So this, as Liz mentioned, this track came out at 4 o'clock. What came out at 7 o'clock is the intermediate update. You get updated numbers like pressure, wind speed, that kind of thing. And so what you're seeing as far as the timing on this and the wind speeds, that is actually updated as of 7 o'clock this morning. And then all of it will be updated again at 10 o'clock like Liz mentioned. And what we're seeing now is kind of what we thought we were going to see as well, Liz, a quickly strengthening storm. It was going to be a strong 2, possibly a 3. No, a 3 is happening right now at this point. That's exactly what it looks like. And there is some guidance, and Steve's talked about it, that that 3 could potentially change. All this is quite literally fluid as this storm gets itself together.
So still a lot to watch and wait and see, as we are now about 36 hours out from what we anticipate is the effect here. And of course, as we still try to figure out where exactly it's going to go, we have crews split up all across South Louisiana. We have our sister stations who are dedicated to coverage as well. So we're going to make sure you stay prepared, that you know what's happening along the coast. But right now, today and tomorrow, is the last minute time to prepare to get those things in place to be ready.
So what do you need to be doing to get ready? Actually, WAFB.com is going to be a pretty good resource for you, because look, I mean, we've gone through this so many times. Maybe every once in a while you don't quite figure it out. But if you jump onto the website, what you can do is literally your guide to preparing for Tropical Storm Ida. There's a running list of things that, just in case, right? Just in case maybe you forgot a few things. A running guide to everything we talked with. Our Callie Hubbard was actually live this morning over at GOSEP talking with state and local leaders about what to do and what to get ready for. But all that right in there, this running list of what you need to do. And then as we talk about preparing, there's another important list on this website as well that we are continually updating as we get that information.
And that link there, Sandbags available ahead of tropical system, we're going to constantly update that throughout the weekend as we get word from local emergency officials around the parishes, fire departments, anywhere where they are making sandbags available. We're going to update the story here. And remember, today and tomorrow is that last time to get prepared to go out to these locations to either fill these sandbags up and bring them to your house. By Sunday, it's going to be too late. You probably don't want to be on the roads as we anticipate those hurricane force winds to head into our area. So again, do this today. Go ahead and take a look so you can map out how your Friday, your Saturday plans are going to go as you think and prepare, even if this does not become a significant weather event.
And it looks like it's going to be. Wherever this thing makes its landfall, it's going to be an impact for Southeast Louisiana, certainly. I mean, look, raise your hand if you had plans for Saturday. Hello. It's summertime here in South Louisiana. Everybody does. Those plans now canceled, because Saturday, at least in my mind, as I look at this path and this trajectory and what's to come, Saturday, the last day truly to get ready. You and I are actually going to be in studio Sunday morning as we begin this our broadcast and really getting ready for it. And that's when we start to see maybe those tropical storm force winds kind of showing up in Louisiana. Saturday, the last truly full day to get ready. just kind of get what you need done, so you don't have to wait until that last minute.
Or be panicked when Sunday does
Yeah.
come and say, I don't have this, I don't have this.
Right.
Go ahead and test those generators. Make sure you're fueling up your cars. Make sure you're getting those bottles of water, the non-perishable foods. Check and see if you have a can opener. Some
Yeah,
of the
simple
simple
stuff.
things that you need to do, and this is all a part of getting that game plan together, which is why Callie was at GOSEP this morning talking with the mayor, talking with the emergency communications director, Mike Steele, about all the things you should need. And if you are a person who needs a checklist, getagameplan.org has that checklist of all the things you may not think of. If you've got candles, do you have a lighter? Do you have a match? Do you have things to light that candle with? All of the little things that you may not think about when we talk about evacuation routes and power outages.
You have a pet? A pet? I mean, obviously,
Great point.
for a lot of folks, it is members of the family, and they're going with you. But if you make the plan now, and then all of a sudden you have to quickly evacuate, then you have that plan already in place, and you're not trying to, at the last minute, figure things out. So it really is all about getting that game plan, preparing for any kind of potential. Because look, every model run that we've seen right now, looks like this is going to be serious. It's obviously being compared, as far as the Baton Rouge area is, it's being compared to something like a Hurricane Gustav.
Right.
That was the bar setter as far as Baton Rouge storms go, truly was. A lot of wind damage, a lot of down trees, on houses, on power lines. You know what Gustav was. More often than not, these days, it seems like any little bit of rain comes with some flooding, and so it ain't just about the wind. Gustav was a lot of wind,
Right.
but you didn't see flooding to a great extent in areas where you don't normally see it. Nowadays you do, with just the 30-minute shower. And so this is expecting to bring the wind, it's expecting to bring the rain, which can potentially lead to flooding, it's expecting to bring the storm surge, certainly to our southern coastline, and then depending on how far those hurricane winds push in, that storm surge could, again, push in with it. This is a big storm, and we need to get ready for it.
And again, if you are looking at this and saying, well, Baton Rouge is so far inland, we're not going to have to worry about it. You do have to worry about it. And this is not to panic you, but more so to make sure you and your family, your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, you have a plan for if things go south. So let's say, hypothetically, you don't have a generator. If
Right.
you lose power, where are you going to go? Make sure you have all those plans set up. If you are thinking about, you know what, let me just get out of this storm's path. Let me go west or east. Start mapping that route out now. And Jared was saying this earlier because he was filling in for traffic this morning. If you are thinking about evacuating, you want to go far east because this cone is projected, you can see it right there, Mississippi and Alabama. So your best bet is to go far west as possible. But you can see the impacts of it still reaching into the lower coastline in Cameron Parish in southwest Louisiana. So if you've got friends in Houston, Beaumont even, head that direction and just stay there over the weekend and figuring it out from there.
So as you do that, as you potentially leave our little part of the world, make sure that you have a couple things on that smartphone of yours. And even if you are here and you're staying with us, make sure you have the 9 News app, WAFB.com, the access to WAFB.com, because we are expecting power outages. We're quite honestly expecting some widespread power outages.
Yep.
But the one thing that you can have in the palm of your hand, if you don't have access to a TV, just so long as you keep that phone of yours charged in another way, go out to your car, charge it up, that kind of thing, you'll have access to all of us, everything that we're doing, streaming right to your phone, all the updates, and quite honestly, most importantly, the updated forecast.
Yes.
Truly, minute by minute, hour by hour as we get through this.
They go hand in hand. The
They really
9
do.
News app and the WAFB weather app is going to be your most up-to-date resources because our First Alert weather team is constantly updating those advisories, the watches, the warnings. But also, if we go into coverage where we're constantly going hour by hour, minute by minute, you can watch on your phone. And anytime the governor, the mayor, any of our local parish presidents speak, you can watch it live right there on WAFB on their app.
Actually, we're expecting the governor to speak a little bit later on today. It's all about the prep to Ida. 3:30 this afternoon?
3:30 this afternoon on any device that has the 9 News app installed or WAFB.com/livestream. You can hear from the governor to see how we are preparing. Obviously, he's already put that emergency declaration in place, which means those assets are pre-positioned across. National Guard is probably getting ready to get deployed in areas where we know it tends to flood.
So as they pre-position their assets, we are doing the same thing. We have our crew of journalists that will be spread out across this area, teaming up with our sister stations as well to make sure that you are covered head to toe, quite literally, in as much information as you need to get through all this. Look, same boat, right? All the same boat. We know how to go through this. Every storm is kind of its own animal, a little bit different in many different ways, but WAFB will be with you start to finish as we go through whatever Ida decides to bring.
So as we prepare for the weekend, this last workday week, we know you
Yeah.
want to celebrate because it's Friday, but we just want to make sure you're also prepared, because when Sunday comes around,
Boy.
you want to make sure everything is in place. You want to make sure you have all the things, and that includes all of your food, your water, your supplies, your
Be
gas,
done.
everything you'll need. So Matt, hit on those key points. Make sure you have our apps, make sure you're prepared, and we're going to guide you through the rest of it.
We are. And stay, you don't have to go anywhere. You can go do what you need to do, obviously, but right here in about what? We're about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and probably about 40, 45 minutes. You can have Steve Caparata coming in, jumping in.
Yeah.
The 10 o'clock update coming in, new numbers, new track as well. And then Steve will be right here on WAFB Plus, Facebook page as well,
Yes.
YouTube, all of that, getting you the very latest.
So join us here on WFA Plus in just about 40 minutes.
Yep. Y'all be safe.